Owen, just relax.
They took her up in their wings. They took her.
Owen?
I don't believe in heaven. I believe in pain. I believe in fear. I believe in spoilers. This is Max Payne Spoilers. Ooh.
Max Payne.
What's up, everybody? I am your host this week, finally, after a very long hiatus. I don't know how long it was.
Long time.
Very long time. I'm your host, Mikey, and we're watching Max Payne this week for spoilers. Tonight, we're papless, but we're staying hashtag prayed up with Mark Wahlberg in this renegade cop dead wife action movie based on a 2001 third-person shooter developed by Remedy Games. I got my best buds here. We'll go around the table and we'll just introduce ourselves. And I just got an easy one. What's your favorite Mark Wahlberg movie? And we'll go east to east.
Hello, this is Corey, Kylo Ren memes. I'm recording out of Simi Valley, California. Mikey, congratulations on hosting again.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thanks.
You know, next time you get an episode to host, I'll probably be retired.
Yeah.
It's been so long. Mark Wahlberg, what a legacy this guy has, right? What a legend. He's been in a lot of movies. Not many of them are good. So we're going to have some similar answers. There's like 3 or 4 that I think we're going to share between us. I'd call them out now, but I don't want to take your guys' thunder. So I'll say a movie that I like that has Mark Wahlberg in it, and he's pretty good in it. He's not the star of it, and I don't think you'll say this one. And that is the 1995 movie, The Basketball Diaries.
It's a rough movie.
Which is a movie about drug addiction, something I know nothing about.
It's locked. We gotta go up the back. Come on. Come on, Pedro. Let's get out of here. What am I, hallucinating here? Pedro, come on. You're gonna get us caught. The cops are gonna come. Oh, you wanna be tough, huh? Go ahead. Take another sip so I can blow your fucking head all over the counter. Go ahead, Pedro. Go ahead. Come on, guys. Let's go.
But it's a really good movie. Mark Wahlberg is a young Mark Wahlberg, but he's still got that fire in his eye. I think this might be before he committed a hate crime.
Oh my
Stevie,
God.
you can check the timeline on that.
No, it's way after. Way after.
People don't forget.
This is gonna be annoying pod.
Okay. But he's also a criminal in that movie too.
I've never seen Basketball Diaries, so I'll
It's
take your word
rough.
for it. Who else is in that? Or is he like the main star?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh.
Brett coming to the early defense of Mark Wahlberg. That was
I
so
think if
great.
Look, Mark Wahlberg has Brett on retainer as his attorney. He's going to keep his good name. That stars Leonardo DiCaprio. I think that's the role in his early age where he really like shined as a credible young actor and not just like a face.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Interesting. I'm next, Weestest. I had a couple of answers here because I was looking through his list on Wikipedia, and I actually do kind of like at least 5 of these movies a lot. So I got Three Kings. I haven't seen that one in a while, but I thought that's a pretty good movie. Italian Job's pretty fun. The Departed, obviously, is awesome. Other Guys is hilarious. And the movie that I think he's probably the best in, The Fighter, it's a really good movie, I thought, as well.
You sound like them now.
I sound like them
Yeah,
now.
you sound like them.
You sound
How
like
can I do
them.
this to you? You can't do that to us. You can't do that to us. You sound like them.
You should fucking listen to yourself. You sound like them, just like them. Maybe this is where you belong.
That's the way you love him?
Charlene!
Come on.
Where's your brother?
That leaves you guys with Transformers sequels.
Yeah.
Transformers.
You don't have to just name one. You can name as many as you want. I mean, he has done certainly more bad movies than good movies. So, who's next weakest? Is it
Me?
usually be Pap right now?
I think it's
Wouldn't
you,
it?
George.
Okay, this is Josh from Goshen. Feeling a little lost without Pat because I can't figure out how long ago we did Departed with Jordan. I don't know what episode number that was.
75?
What a great pod that was. And I also can't figure out for the life of me when the last time as Mikey recorded as host. And I know we already drove that home a couple times, but Mikey, it's good to have you back. Great to have you back.
Thanks. I never left.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway, there's a little bit more Marky Mark out there than you guys gave him credit for. I really like I Heart Huckabees.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd say that one.
I'm a firefighter.
Oh, God bless you. A hero.
I'm not a hero. We'd all be heroes if we quit using petroleum, though.
Excuse me?
You say you're Christians living by Jesus' principles, but are you?
Yeah, of course we are.
Jesus is never mad at us if we live with him in our hearts.
I hate to break it to you, but he is. He most definitely is.
All right, that's enough. Stephen, I don't know what this is about. Why they're here.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. I did not know.
Steve-O, I'm so disappointed.
It's all right. No, look, he's sad. Look, he's sad.
I'm sorry, Steve-O. My bad. You didn't know.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I should be what?
You should be ashamed of yourself.
And why is that? Why should I be ashamed of myself?
You're a hypocrite.
I don't know what.
You're misleading these children. Because you're the destroyer, man.
He's in one of the funniest, most awkward scenes ever with the I'm sorry, I did not know.
But did you guys see the ratings for this movie, Max Payne?
No.
How they're unbelievably low. The
Are
only
they?
thing I've ever seen. Yeah.
Believably low.
It's very believably low, Josh.
Okay.
I believe it.
I had a whole joke and punchline, but yep, they're believable.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, the ratings are so low. The only thing anyway, Josh from Goshen.
Oh.
Maybe it'll come up later more organically, Stevie.
Does it have to do with a hate crime?
No, I was gonna make fun of the Wahlburger.
Oh.
I was just there like 2 weeks ago.
His family's namesake, the greatest achievement.
I've heard they're like the worst burgers ever.
They're still
That's
open?
all.
No, they're all right, man. They're all right.
Okay.
I thought those things got shut down.
You think the FDA shut Wahlburgers down?
Found creatine in the meat.
Found some of this blue stuff in the meat.
Oh.
Josh, you done? Is that your only answer?
Yeah, I Heart Huckabees, strong one.
I Heart Huckabees. Stevie?
Didn't the director go on a serious tirade during that movie?
Yeah, I got in a fight with some of the more elderly actors on set, I believe.
Didn't he call
About what?
What was her name? Didn't he call her a see you next Tuesday on set? I can't
Old
remember.
lady?
What's that?
I forget. I've actually watched
Oh,
that
what the
clip
heck is
a
her
bunch
name?
of times.
Yeah, I mean, she's a recognizable actress. She's been in everything. And she's very calm. And this
Talking
guy.
about Lily Tomlin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I forget the
What's
director's name.
What are they arguing about?
David O. Russell.
Oh, yeah, he's a bipolar maniac.
Yeah, he's done some good movies, though.
Well, that's fine, but it doesn't give you. Just because you've done good movies doesn't mean you can call someone a see you next Tuesday on set. It's.
What does that even mean?
Spell it out with the C instead of a...
There's a C, there's a U, there's an N, there's a T.
Does he call her a miserable one?
Yes.
Is that what he says? Okay.
At the top of his lungs.
Wait, is he Australian?
It's coming back
While
to me
Jason
a little bit.
Schwartzman's trying to dodge objects that he's throwing across the room. It's a hilarious clip.
Dustin Hoffman's standing there, just kind of taking it too.
What movie is it?
I Heart Huckabees. Yeah.
Fuck you! I'm just trying to fucking help you. Do you understand me?
No, you're
I'm being a fucking collaborator. I was trying to help you figure out your fucking picture. Hey, bitch! I'm not here to be fucking yelled at. I worked on this fucking thing for 3 fucking years, not to have some fucking cunt yell at me in front of the fucking crew when I'm trying to fucking help you, bitch! Figure it out yourself.
Well, I have to figure it out.
Yeah, fuck yourself.
Good. Why don't you fuck your whole movie?
For you.
Why don't you fuck your whole movie? Because that's what you're doing. We better get some insurance against the director.
fucking yell at you before right now? No. I never fucking yelled at you, you fucking fool.
Okay, so I think we're all in agreement that I don't know if this was the beginning of Mark Wahlberg's being Mark Wahlberg phase in a movie.
Seems like it. Where his face looks like there's a stink in the air.
Every scene,
the entire movie.
Every scene's like, oh, I feel like I'm in Terre Haute. So
no, Gary, it's Gary. Okay,
it's Gary. Best acted movie he's ever done is The Fighter by far and away. That movie actually feels like he's playing an actual character. It's fantastic in that movie. Him and Christian Bale have amazing chemistry in that movie together. The Other Guys is the single funniest thing he's ever done, and I love that movie, and I quote it nearly every day. And then a movie that I feel like doesn't get enough love over time, but it's still very good, by a very famous director I feel like passed too soon, who has also done some horrible movies, but some great ones too, is John Singleton's Four Brothers. I feel like that's
that's the one I was gonna say.
It's a very, very good movie, and he's very good in that, and it's a very updated kind of blaxploitation western. I like that movie a lot, and
dude, you love your Catholic brethren.
He's popped up in some movies I really enjoy.
He's got some bangers.
He's got some bangers. Four Brothers. That's one of them. That's a great movie.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's got Andre 3000 in it, right?
Andre 3000. What's his
name? Garrett Hedlund.
Garrett Hedlund, who's very young in that and very good too.
And then Tyrese.
And then Tyrese is also, isn't Sofia Vergara in that movie?
A very young, very annoying Sofia Vergara.
She's not annoying at all. She's
very hot though. Oh yeah, I just met in that movie. I love her.
Yeah. So I say Four Brothers outside of the obvious two, which is The Other Guys in The Fighter for me.
You're full of shit, man. You can smell that ass from down the street, huh?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean, what? Come on, what, man? You know exactly what we talking about with La Vida Loca.
Ain't nobody going to go get no La Vida Loca nothing.
She got a boyfriend.
She got a boyfriend. She's got hard dick in her right now. She's screaming somebody else's name, and the last thing she's doing is thinking about your black ass. Leave it alone, man.
This is Brett. I had four that I was going to single out, but three of them have been said, so... I like the Italian. These were made 4 years in a row, so they came out 4 movies in a row. I like the Italian Job. I Heart Huckabees. So Italian Job in 03, I Heart Huckabees in 04, Four Brothers in 05. And then you might not like this movie, but I like the movie Invincible that came out in 2006.
I like that movie.
So I think he was on a nice little run. Then after that, he did Departed. So, you know, from what I heard, We Own the Night could have been good, but it wasn't as good as it should have been.
I thought it was good.
Happening. I still haven't seen it, but
it's a good movie.
I know that.
It's a good.
I know that Joaquin was trouble on set.
He's actually really good in that too.
Like Robert Duvall hated him.
And we should also say, spoilers, classic episode Boogie Nights.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the best movie he's in, probably. I would say, right? Even if it's.
And then there's The Happening. Another spoilers classic.
Yeah. I was going to ask, where's he rank in terms of spoilers, guys? Or is he? How many movies he got?
I'm gonna look that
in
up.
The bag for us.
Where's Pappy when you need him?
He's only got 76 acting credits, which is crazy.
Sounds like a lot.
Did you guys do Uncharted? Did you guys pot on that? No,
I don't think so.
I don't think you did.
I didn't
either,
mind that movie.
No.
It was fine. It was not great, but it was fine. Serviceable.
See if they know anything about a detective, Max Payne.
Max Payne.
What?
Max Payne, he's been hunting.
So we start off the movie with a black screen and a flash forward. Max Payne saying those words that I said in the beginning of the episode. I don't believe in heaven. I believe in pain. I believe in fear. I believe in death. And
did you
it cuts
take
to
into
him
account my spoiler that I gave to you, like at all? Was it ever in consideration? Just wondering.
No.
Okay.
No. You can say it if you want.
Maybe I'll save it for final thoughts. How about that? I'm doing really well at delivering jokes this evening, so
Josh ain't doing punchlines tonight.
let me take my time.
Okay. That comedic timing.
Setups only.
Setups only. Big setups guy.
I got him in 5 movies that we've done, but I could be missing one. I don't know if you guys have done any Transformers with him in it.
Ooh, I don't think so. So a classic dead wife hallucination, where he's at the scene of the crime. Stevie, resident Max Payne and Mark Wahlberg expert. I haven't played the games. You said you have.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about this casting of Mark Wahlberg as Max Payne?
Strange.
Kind of looks like him a little bit, doesn't it, though?
I feel strange about it.
Max in the game is probably 2 or 3 inches taller. It's like he's like some hulking guy. He's just a regular. I mean, he's a detective. He's a regular guy. What's odd to me is that's why I said before we started, whoever was calling the shots on this like should have been like drawn and quartered in a town square. Everything that made the game really cool and ahead of its time and unique, they completely stripped it away. And I'll kind of get into that.
So you like the game?
Huh?
You like the game?
I love the first game. Number 2 is a banger too. 3 is all right, but like 1 is like ahead of its time. It was like groundbreaking when 1 came out. That's an actual story that could have been told. It's actually closer to John Wick than this weird, strange, moody, unwatchable tale that we get.
Yeah.
And primarily, what are the bad guys in Max Payne are just regular dudes. No archangel
that makes
type stuff.
It's unreal what they did with this. I don't get it. The idea that everyone who takes this drug sees like the Valkyrie is insane to me.
Only 99%, right?
Sure. And the fact that it's blue.
Only 99%.
It's blue is weird. The fact that it's drinkable and not injectable is just stupid.
God, it looks weird. Refreshing though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When he sips that out of the river.
Now that's some high quality H2O.
Hey, that's exactly what it looks like, Josh.
No, it's the glacier water.
I mean, the fact that like it's drinkable is just stupid.
Glacier Freeze Gatorade.
What flavor of Gatorade is that?
Glacier Freeze.
Is it Baja
Blue.
Blast?
Ooh,
What's
Baja
in there?
Blast sounds so nice.
Baja Blast is Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it's a lot more
that's green.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the casting, Mikey, to answer your question, sorry to ramble. I just have a lot of feelings about this movie.
Some really weird casting choices.
It's a very odd casting choice for Mark Wahlberg, who's already like, not to get too much into this. So during the game, which is like kind of cool, Max Payne, because of what happened in his early life, is constantly popping pills for pain and always drinking whiskey. He's an alcoholic pill popper. He's
trying to minimize.
He's trying to numb himself,
pain.
really. He's just trying to numb himself of reality.
Get it? Max Payne versus minimum pain.
Josh with the setups. But it's in the fact that like they stripped that away in this movie, and we already have an actor who started the phase of being himself on screen, doesn't have the acting ability to carry like through this movie with just his acting alone. So I thought it was like a strange choice to put a limited actor in this role if you're going to strip away like how in the game he's already handicapping himself with whiskey and pills. It's a weird casting choice.
Yeah, he's a very. I haven't played the games, but I know that he's a very dark, moody character. Yes. That's portrayed through his outlook in the games and stuff, and what he's doing all of this for. Mark Wahlberg doesn't even seem like a very good cop, and he doesn't seem. His career doesn't seem to be going the same direction you would hope it'd go. He's kind of just like a desk jockey on Cold Case Files.
He's in the basement like Milton in Office Space. He's like got a stapler down there just messing around with it.
Who's walking around down there with the new hire, and what do they think of Max?
Is it BB introducing someone new to the force?
No, I think it's just like a commissioner or something. I don't know. Just a new hire.
That guy's 100% name is Sal. Has to be Sal.
He shows him Max Payne down there in his little basement office where they've relegated him to, where no one can make eye contact with him, I guess.
Hey, don't talk to this sad sack of shit. He's got a lot going on in his life.
The new guy seems to take pity on him. He's like, hey, do you want to go out for a beer or something? And Mark Wahlberg just stares at him weirdly.
I think you could insert the line from The Departed right there. He's like, maybe not. Maybe go fuck yourself.
He doesn't seem to have like a high emotional intelligence, Mikey. Maybe that's like the first thing I would notice, because I do remember the look of the Max Payne video games and remember thinking it seemed maybe like Matrix-esque, but in like a cool, grittier way. Stevie?
There's like a slow down time mechanic, right?
Yeah, it was the first game that ever had bullet time.
Bullet time.
Yeah, it was the first game that had bullet time as a mechanic.
Yeah.
That explains one scene later on.
One scene.
Explains
Pivotal
not
scene.
enough. I'll say that. It doesn't explain enough.
Finally, some answers. Because you know what? I'm watching this movie and I think to myself very often, I don't know what's going on right now. I assume this is a video game reference.
And this one, you'd be right for one scene. Yes.
Yeah, one scene. It's astounding.
Josh, Max loves going out late at night and just beating up tweakers.
Don't we all?
Where does he go on this particular night, and what kind of information is he trying to get from these guys?
He's beaten up some guy gave him a list seemingly of like 25 tweakers who might have something to do with his wife's murder. He's beaten them all to hell or killed them. He's like crossed off everyone off his list, so he goes back to his source.
He's bringing them to justice, okay? It's not just because they're dead doesn't mean he didn't get justice.
That's how he hopes it works. But I think almost like opening the door to this unassuming apartment, you kind of enter this other side of Max Payne. There's like this high class world that he enters into for a while.
He enters the mid 2000s. He leaves the 50s and he enters the mid 2000s.
Do you like this scenery in here, Mikey? What do you think about it?
At the party?
Yeah, do you like this stuff?
The party looks horrible. Just in terms of like set production, it doesn't look like anybody was really trying to make this look like a real party that people are attending. I don't know. Stevie, what did you think? I don't think it looked convincing.
There's something very sterile about this, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's just people standing around in a very large apartment. And then he like walks to the back of the
Do you
apartment.
guys remember the movie Torque?
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I remember it.
That party kind of reminded me of like the movie Torque for some odd reason. It's just...
Yeah, after Fast and Furious, there was like 5 movies like that. Torque was one of them.
Inexplainably bad, but that party just reminded me of Torque for some odd reason. I just thought like, this looks like low...
Oh, you're saying Torque.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying twerk. I was like, what?
No, Torque the movie, the motorcycle Fast and Furious.
The motorcycle Fast and Furious.
Yes, I think Ice Cube was in that movie, if I remember correctly. But that party just reminded me of that movie for its low budget value and just kind of awkward blocking.
Yeah, this movie kind of suffers a little bit from that, right? I mean, some parts of this city don't even look like they're convincing, I guess. They clearly look like sets. When they are in a city for some parts, when it's like, well, why don't you just film the whole thing in the city? I don't know. But that's nitpicky.
I think there's good and bad to the look of this movie.
I agree.
At times, I think the look of this movie, the style that it's going for, is sometimes its strongest aspect. But this movie is a very classic case of all style and no substance, because this is like the most nothing burger movie I've ever seen.
Hey now,
Oh, yeah.
hey now.
And did you stick around for the after end credits scene?
I
Did you happen
did.
to see that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, even bigger.
That literally nothing
burger.
The
happens.
sequel
nothing
scene.
happens. Yeah. There's hardly any talking in that. We'll talk about that later. But
Can we talk a little bit more about this party scene? Because I think the movie starts to dig into itself a little bit here, Mikey. You can walk into this dinner party and you can take a couple hallways to the left, to the right, and all of a sudden it opens up into this huge like warehouse
Cathedral.
new drug cathedral. And yeah, we see people taking that blue drug we were alluding to earlier, but I just want to straighten a couple things out. The blue drug it's become a party drug to people that maybe used to take it in the military. And from what they say, 1% of people that take it become a super soldier who the angels, like these black demon angels, help actively. And the other 99% become junkies until like the demons decide that they want to kill them. Is that kind of what happens to you once you start taking this drug?
No idea.
I think everything you said was good. When we get to the demon part, isn't that just them either being murdered by that Lupina or them killing themselves? But it's like, once they get to a certain point, I don't know. That part, I didn't think it was...
What's the lore?
I don't know.
In the video game, Stevie.
no, that's not from the game.
Again, I don't know what's going on. I assume it's a video game reference.
No, Stevie confirmed.
The Valkyrie and the angels not once did not once appear in the video game.
Oh my god.
I don't know where that comes from. It's the dumbest shit in the world.
That's the most video gamey aspect of this movie.
That's what I'm saying. They took everything that was cool about the video game, removed it, replaced it with the dumbest part that was never in it, and it's just kind of mind-blowing, the idea that like a drug would make everybody see the same thing.
It's like DMT.
Yeah, but the idea that everybody's brain chemistry would come to the idea of...
Has them all hardwired to Valkyrie.
To Valkyrie, yeah.
Hallucinations.
It's just kind of ridiculous at a point.
I think it's obviously alluding to that, like, the Vikings had some sort of like truth to what they were doing. There is some power that exists, and you have to like open up your mind in a fucked up way to see it.
I mean, yeah, there's like Norse mythology in the game, and there's people that like are crazy about it, which I'll get to the bad guy later, but like, you know, our maybe call me our main bad or tertiary bad, but like, whew, this appearing of the demons did not need to be in this movie whatsoever.
It's pretty cool that the pharmaceutical company that made this, like their logo also happens to be like what you hallucinate and see.
Pretty sweet.
You know, you see the wings, and they also have the wings as their logo.
But
It's
do you
kind of
think
a
maybe
lookout.
It gives you wings.
Do you think maybe since it was the military, they were like administering the drug and giving you like crap to watch to brainwash you? I have no idea. I'm not being contrarian. I'm just saying, could that be possible? Like, or they also see those wings all the time? I don't know. Maybe they show you that.
Yeah, I mean, you could inject that on your own.
Well, I know, but not everybody who takes the drug has seen those military videos.
True. Yeah. I don't know. I was trying to give the writer a break there, but
He wrote one
yeah.
movie. That was it.
Oh wow!
They said we're good.
That's only one more movie than I've written.
Hollywood said, "We're good, sir.
We're
no,
good.
Thank you."
You could do better than this one, though, Brett.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Corey, we meet a woman. Natasha sucks.
She did.
She'll
suck
end
too.
up. Yeah, she's not in the movie very long. It's fine. She ends up stealing Max's wallet, and she dies later in an alleyway. How does she die? How does she meet her fate, and how does it implicate Max?
Well, Max Payne blue balls her to death.
Yeah.
She wants to fuck him really badly. And he just won't do it, man. He's not having it. He has a dead wife, don't you know? He's emotionally unavailable.
His penis doesn't work.
His penis no longer works. He's got to take the blue stuff to get it going again. And he hasn't done that yet. That's at the end.
Is she seducing him as some sort of like, if he does it, he's like fucked and he'll be an evil person now who gets killed by the demons? That's kind of like...
I thought she just wanted to bang him.
I thought she just wanted to bang him.
He's staying holy? Is that what you're saying, Josh?
Yeah, I felt like Max Payne has to stay pure for the Valkyrie to not attack him. There's somebody says he has golden wings. I don't know.
You can kill people, but you can't
have
you can't hook
sex.
up with a woman. That's
And you can't kill people till an hour in the movie. That's the rule.
It's a lot of
yeah,
restraint.
she's a really good-looking woman. I'll say that.
Yeah, she was
You know,
pretty.
they do a
Yeah,
good
she's
job at
the woman in Quantum of Solace, I think. She's one of the Bond girls.
Okay.
Was she in Hitman, or am I thinking of someone else?
No, that's this movie. That's the other
That's
video
the other
game
video game movie.
This one. She is attacked by Michael Keaton, Birdman, in the alley.
Nice.
The bird thing, man. So people take the blue bird juice, you hallucinate and you see a bird and it kills you. Not a drug I'd want to do, you know? I'm not a fan of this thing.
Yeah. You gotta try it, man. You're gonna die.
It leaves, you know, some questions for the viewer. It's pretty early on. Like, what's with this shadowed figure that has wings that seems to swoop in and attack people? And, you know, we see her get killed. And this is kind of an inciting incident in the movie. It's a big deal in the movie. It drives the plot forward. But it's weird, and it's something I assumed was a video game reference, but apparently isn't. So that just makes this weird, because this is otherwise a fairly grounded revenge noir tale. And it's very stylized, like a modern noir movie. I guess neo-noir, I don't know if that fully qualifies, but it's like a crime drama revenge tale. And this shit comes out of left field, man.
Fairly grounded Max Payne.
Which they grounded it in the worst way and then made it over the top in such a bad way.
The guy who realizes he's in a video game needs grounding.
Yeah. The angels do nothing but just confuse the audience, I think. I don't think they're really adding anything at all to the plot other than the reveal of like, oh, the logo has a winged feathery wing as well. It's like,
yeah, it's like a clue.
Yeah.
It's used as a clue. You know what I kept thinking about while I was watching this movie? I was thinking of a superior movie, the 2012 Carl Urban vehicle Dread, which also involves like a new and widely circulated drug. And I was thinking about it because, you know, it's somewhat similar in the lead character. He's kind of like a stoic killer without much personality, but he's like, I don't know, the story of Dread is just like way more engaging on every level. They're both also highly stylized. I think the comparison probably breaks there. But I was thinking about Dread and just how much more I like that movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
So good.
But yeah, his wallet is found on this dead woman. It appears to be pretty gruesome from the police that are already there. And his ex-partner, played by Donald Logue, finds his wallet and ends up asking him kind of off to the side out of prying eyes about what happened that night. And Max has nothing to say other than like, she stole my wallet. He doesn't do a very convincing job for Donald Logue. Brett,
you need to get Luda on the case. Where's Luda?
Were you going to say something there?
There were some weird casting decisions in this movie. I almost feel like the director doesn't know that you have to get a big name for bit parts. That just seems like it get expensive. Like Donald Logue, who's having a pretty good run at that in the 2000s. He's in the movie for what, 4.5 minutes or 6 minutes? You have
like 3
Chris
scenes.
Chris O'Donnell. I know he was kind of in between his resurgence and but he's in it for what, 6 minutes? You got Nelly Furtado as Donald Logue's wife.
Great acting.
It's just really weird.
I just watched this movie. I don't know the characters' names. Who you're saying?
Oh, I didn't even. Sorry. Donald Logue is the partner, the cop.
I didn't even see Nelly Furtado.
Yeah, she was at the funeral. She was the wife who slaps him.
Oh my gosh, that's her. Oh my god.
Yeah, Josh, that's him, and then
that was Nelly. Nellyville.
No, it was not hot in there. Chris O'Donnell, he was the like the big boss who gets killed by
he was like the one who knew what the drug was.
Right, but he was a pretty top guy, I would say. But he gets murdered by the BB security. Also, did anybody else when you saw Beau Bridges, you're like, he's the bad guy? I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's one of the things that I really disliked about this. It's like how easy to spot that was.
Exactly, and I was gonna make that point maybe if we didn't talk about it, but like it's not like I don't like the story of, oh, this guy knew my father, he was friends with my father, I've known him since I was a baby. It's gonna be extra devastating when that happens, but like I like it because it happens so often.
The weird thing is, Brett, this same year Iron Man came out. And this was the same exact plot point with his brother Jeff Bridges with Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Like he knew Tony Stark's dad and he was like his friend, but it turns out he was the villain the whole time.
Exactly.
I could just imagine the Bridges brothers just like reading the scripts next to each other and giving each other a high five.
Don't forget about the third Bridges brother who's actually in this movie. Chris Bridges. Ludacris. His name's Chris Bridges, so I think they're all related.
Luda?
That's a reach, Brett.
No?
That's a good one.
So who had a better acting in that one scene where they're together? Beau Bridges or Chris Bridges? I don't know. Toss up. This is also pre-Luda blowing up as an actor, right? I mean, I know he'd been in movies, obviously, but...
Because he's like grandfathered into the Fast and Furious
right,
movies.
exactly.
Is that what you mean?
Exactly, that's what I meant. I don't know. Sorry, Mikey. Yeah, it was...
the comparison of the Beau Bridges and Jeff Bridges would only be complete if Jeff Bridges' character in that movie was named JB.
Yeah, I know. I love the fact that it was BB. Also, if Lloyd Bridges was, he would have been alive. They should have snuck him in somewhere. He's freaking hilarious. Anybody? Lloyd Bridges? Okay.
Seinfeld?
I don't know.
Seinfeld? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's not what I think of.
Plays Jerry's personal trainer. How can you forget that?
Oh, yeah, he's like really old.
Alex, Donald Logue, he somehow makes the connection because of this tattoo between Natasha and Max's wife and her murder. And he needs to call Max to let him know about it. Josh, just before they can meet up, Max gets his ass kicked and is on his way to Alex's house, in Alex's apartment. What did you think about the editing here? This is like the only other part of the movie that gets kind of like hyper stylized, I guess, in sort of a video game type way, where he's like getting beat up and there's like red flashes and it kind of looks like he's getting knocked out, like the screen is going
Sin City-ish. I got a couple Sin City vibes.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot and wondered why they didn't do this for like every fight scene in the movie and just like marry themselves to it. It's like,
well, he doesn't fight that much, so let's calm down.
There's not much fighting or shooting.
Not much action.
Max.
They could have just employed this and committed to it, you know? And it's not just this scene that gives Sin City vibes.
It's the whole movie.
This whole movie.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's
the way
like
they drive cars, that's one of my main notes here, too. Is like, it's almost like, and maybe Stevie can vouch for this, I think it's like a 2005 Sin City.
Yes.
Max Payne is 2008. So it's like the perfect amount of time to see Sin City, react to it, write something, film it, and get it out in theaters.
Oh yeah.
I think Clive Owen tried a movie like that too. Was it The Spirit?
He did a couple dark movies around that time. That sounds right.
He's got like guns.
Was Sam Jackson? Was it Josh Hartnett or was it Clive Owen? I can't remember.
Guns Akimbo.
I think it was The Spirit, but
joking.
I think you're right.
They take the saturation down to like basically zero a couple times. Try to do some comic book sort of framing. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but I do like this fight scene a lot. And I think me and Brett now have mentioned, this will be the third time we've mentioned it, but it's sad when Donald Logue goes out. He's just kind of unceremoniously dead on the ground here, Mikey.
What are we doing here? We're getting a beer, right? You'd rather do this in the street? Fine. You were with the victim last night. Your wallet was found in the alley. If you don't want to talk to me, they're going to send somebody who doesn't know you and won't care about your side of the story.
I didn't kill her, so I don't need a side.
What's going on, Max? What are you mixed up in, man? You can talk to me. You know what they think about you at the force already, right? You should hear all the questions I get about my old partner.
Well, good thing you got my back then, huh?
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that with your follow-through on unsolved murders, I don't have much hope for that girl in the alley.
Is that what you think? That I didn't work Michelle's case?
Yeah, very short workday for Donald Logue in this movie.
Yeah.
Probably finished in about 2 days.
Easy
The
money.
Spirit
Easy money.
does not have whoever is Gabriel Macht and Samuel L. Jackson.
Suits?
It's Frank Miller.
Suits?
Oh, that's him. Yeah.
Harvey?
Yep. But yeah.
He's in The Patriot, Brett.
He's in Three Ninjas Knuckle Up.
This guy from Suits?
No, Donald Logue.
Donald
I
Logue.
think it's called Knuckle Deep, actually. Kyle.
Hey, we made that joke on our episode. It's been done.
Dang it.
It's all been done. It's a lot of people in that movie.
Josh, who wakes up Max when he's coming out of his light coma there?
First of all, sorry, Kylo. I'll try to catch up on all 16 episodes of Surf Ninjas you've done.
Thank you.
By the way, he was out for like 5 days, right?
Yeah, a light coma. Just
I know,
deep
like
nap.
Imagine. Never mind. I was going to make a. How does it feel, Mark Wahlberg, to be on the receiving end?
Oh God.
So, alleged hate crime perpetrator Catholic Mark Wahlberg.
I don't think it was alleged.
It is alleged.
I'm going to say alleged for the sake of...
Only by name, by the way. Yeah, I didn't mean... Never mind.
But anyway, he gets woken up here. He's in a hospital bed. He's been really beaten up. But of course it's BB. Not evil at all. Bo Bridges.
Not evil. In no way evil.
I actually thought it would have been really cool if this scene just lingered here for a while. And then at the very end of it, Max Payne realizes he's like handcuffed to the bed. But nope. This movie just keeps sprinting along. And I think like the very next scene, he's just like pulling a gun in a warehouse. So like, this is a pretty quick pit stop at the hospital here, Mikey.
No, he's not pulling a gun at the warehouse. He's going to get a shirt or what? He's going to the pharmaceutical place to pick up a shirt from Bo Bridges. They're not the same size at all. The shirt's not going to fit right. And then they're going to go ruin Nelly Furtado's life because her husband's dead.
What gives it away that Bo Bridges is so evil, guys? Because
His
like
appearance.
He's got that face of someone who is nice looking.
He's scheming.
But he's got something going on. Like he's got old money, or he's involved in some old money thing. He has that look.
He doesn't look like Jeff Bridges, I'll tell you that.
And Jeff Bridges looks more gruff, but like you feel like a positive vibe from him. I don't know.
Yeah, he gives good energy.
Positive vibes, dude.
Yeah, I just get bad energy from Bo Bridges.
The thing is with this story, Josh, the reveal, narratively, it can only be Bo Bridges. It has to be someone we know. Otherwise, we don't give a shit, right? Because he's looking for someone that killed his wife. We know that immediately. In
You're
this
right.
movie.
And we're 35 minutes in. If we haven't at least seen this person by now, we're never going to know who it is. In the end.
What if it's just like a guy?
Corey, you're right, man. I didn't realize they didn't give us a lot of options, did they?
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be Luda. He would never do that.
Family.
That's not how all stories have to work. Remember True Detective season 1? You don't see like the Yellow King till the very end. It is like an ultimate boss, you know?
My family's been here a long
Is that like a revenge tale as well, Josh? I've never seen it. I don't know.
Well, it kind of is in Matthew McConaughey's mind, I would say.
It has to be meaningful to Max Payne here, I think. So, anyway.
That's like the stupid part, though, is like, I don't know. It's you guys are right. There's only one person it could be. He's the most evil-looking guy in the entire movie.
Well,
go ahead. In Mark Wahlberg's iteration of this character, he's a really bad detective. Like a really,
he's
really
not good.
bad detective.
Yeah.
Like when he comes out of a coma, he's like, "BB, why are you here?" Like he didn't just go, "Why are you the first one here?" Like it's just kind of odd.
But I feel like you're supposed to know that they're really close. I don't know. I feel like that would cause him to have at least a little blinders. You trust someone. Your dad trusted him. So
the thing is like he's like the bad guy, but he's not the main bad guy in the game. Like it's a much more compelling situation in the game than we got in the movie.
Oh, he's actually a character, BB?
Yeah, he's actually a character in the game.
Oh,
the actual bad person.
It's a lady, right?
Yeah, Nicole Horn.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild that like she didn't even die in this movie.
Well, they set up a sequel at the end. CV.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Like
I thought they were gonna get her. I kept waiting for her to get arrested.
BB, the main bad? No.
I can't believe the story just ended. I was like, oh.
The whole ending confrontation on the helipad ends with Nicole Horn's death. Like, and BB didn't kill Michelle. 3 drug addicts did. Like,
yeah, I thought that was pretty unbelievable that he would have been the third person.
Yeah. He's leaping out of that window like that.
No, she took 3 test subjects and sent them to Michelle's house because she had information through the DA's office that was going to pretty much imprison Nicole Horn. So, kind of a wild leap that BB would be the one who pulled the trigger in this movie.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just kind of stupid narrative things. The choices were made that just are dumb.
Were you able to watch this as an objective movie at all, Stevie? Because I feel like your love for the video game is maybe a little unhealthy.
Yeah, maybe you're a little blinded.
I don't think it's unhealthy to look at a movie and say this is kind of shit, and then look at the background to where it comes from. It's like there's not source material, Josh. Like, are you a fan of Game of Thrones? Like from the books and the shows, being like, well, they probably should have done this from the books, probably could have done this from a movie. Like certain things get balanced out. Like this is better than this.
Yeah.
There's no decision that was made in this movie that's better than the game.
Yeah, I can see that. I understand from what you did.
So it's not unhealthy.
Like.
It's me looking at like the objective source material going, not only is this a bad movie, but they could have improved it from the source material and chose not to. So to me, that's just laziness.
I agree with what you're saying, but you're not allowing yourself to let go and experience the so bad it's good phenomena because you're kind of like hooked to the initial.
I also agree with that.
This is not fucking Birdemic.
This is not so bad it's good, Josh.
Get out of here.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude.
This is so bad it's boring.
Hey, don't pressure us.
I saw this in theaters, like as someone objectively. Josh, if this movie was called Mark Wahlberg has Angry Face and Snow, it's still a bad movie. The fact that it's called Max Payne and a gun isn't fired for an hour, kind of unreal.
Yeah, that's like the main point of the game.
You know, if I'm paying to see a Max Payne movie, this is the main point of the game. And also, it's 3 days of chaos.
I feel like there was always guns going off.
Yeah, there's 3 days of chaos. That's why, like, John Wick is more of a Max Payne movie than the actual Max Payne movie.
Oh, well, yeah. Those are awesome. So.
John Wick, I mean, Like, and the crazy thing is the creators of Max Payne, if you like read their interviews, listen to their interviews, said, like, yeah, we literally wanted to make a movie make a video game based around John Woo films. So insane to me that the source material was made from John Woo films, and they make a film based on that game made from John Woo films, the most anti-John Woo film you've ever seen in your life. Things to think about, Josh. That's all I'm saying.
I feel a soft yes coming from you. Just saying.
I hope you
it's going to
do.
be an upset.
I hope you do.
A wild yes out of Stevie.
Surprise.
Josh, we meet Lieutenant Bravura, played by Ludacris family. He just mentions that he's going to keep an eye on Max. Anything else important that he says there to him? And then we get to the Owen Green scene.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, not really. Mike.
Yeah, we just know that he's in the movie now. Just keep your eyes open for Ludacris. He's just going to be around now.
Yeah, I know. What can you say about any of these people, really, right? It's like, yeah, he's a detective. He's with internal affairs. Like, that's about as much as I can describe these people.
This is where the movie has one of those turns I mentioned, though, Mikey. I felt like there were some steps missing here, for sure.
It does feel like that throughout a lot of the movie. I know, like, the last, I don't know, half hour doesn't really matter. There's not even a lot of talking. It's just all gunfight. But yeah, scene to scene, it doesn't flow very well at all for me. Corey, what do you think about the flow to this movie? How does it go scene to scene for you?
Yeah, well, to me, the thing I notice as the movie goes on is that, like, I'm looking for something to enjoy because the story is nothing. Like I said, I hate using this word, but the story is kind of boring. That's the easiest way to complain about any movie. And I hate using it, but sometimes it happens to be true. This movie is mostly boring, kind of uninteresting. But as we go, I notice that I like the look at times. Now, you guys did the Sin City comparison. I think that's, very much of this era. This, like, 2000s, especially, like, late 2000s. Movies maybe trying to, like, lift the maybe not exactly like Sin City, but, like, the heavily stylized modern take on the noir. This is trying to do that a bit. Sometimes it looks good, the desaturation and, like, the kind of the moody atmosphere it creates. I was looking up who was the cinematographer on this, and I have his name up somewhere here. His name is
Deakins.
Joking. Jonathan Sella. And it's not a name I know. Cinematographers usually have the thankless job of not being a name that is, like, remembered by a lot of, like, people, moviegoers. But he also did the cinematography on John Wick.
Ooh.
So you guys were making that comparison. The cinematographer for this was the cinematographer for John Wick and a couple other similar movies like Bullet Train.
Very cool.
So I think there's something to be said about, like, how it looks at times being at times favorable. I also agree, Mikey, the house party scene early on was an exception to that. But overall, I think there's, like, something here. What do you think, Josh? You're more of a behind the camera kind of guy.
I appreciate they're going for it, I guess, but, like, that's
all of it. I think it does look good for the most part, but it kind of all means nothing when, like, nothing is happening. Nothing interesting is happening on screen, so it doesn't really mean too much. It's a lot of him just, like, rummaging around different warehouses for evidence, beating up some tweakers, talking to Bo Bridges. It's like not anything exciting is on screen.
But there are a few decent, like, cinema moments with color, I think, is what Kylo's getting at. And I feel like it makes you kind of want to root for this otherwise, like, soulless movie. Truly, like,
yeah.
I feel like some hard work was actually put into some of the framing and color and saturation stuff they got going on.
Stevie, I'm looking on IMDb, and one of the writers is Sam Lake. He's the face of Max Payne in the games. He's also, I can't believe that he was a writer on this.
I think he had to be credited as a writer.
Yeah, it actually
just
says,
because he owns IP.
Yeah, it does. It actually
okay.
says video game by Remedy Entertainment. So, and the other one says screenplay. So
I don't think he'd ever let this happen.
Does that mean he wrote enough of the like original lines that they used? Is that what you guys are saying?
He wrote the
concepts
game.
of the story, probably. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Brett, let's get to the Owen Green guy. I think that's his name. He's just the tweaker in the dilapidated building. What's going on up there?
That narrows it down.
Yeah. Why is he important, and what does he know about? What info does he know that Max could use? Because I'm not even really sure.
Who's this guy?
Some junkie my sister used to know. Owen! Owen, open up! Owen? Owen?
they know his name because Max and what's Mila Kunis's name? Which we haven't even mentioned. It doesn't matter. Natasha or something, some Russian name. And that's the last person her sister called. The last two calls went to him.
Right.
And he's a junkie, just like she was. She wanted to score some. So they go to I don't know if a bomb blew up. Like, I know it's like, is that how those dilapidated houses are? Like, is that an actual place people are squatting, or are they living there? Like, there's no walls that go outside. I mean, there's a humongous hole that looked like a Predator rocket blew up. I mean, but anyway, they go up and try to talk to him, and he's like,
"This house is a home."
Yeah, well, his home's part of the outside. He says something like, "Oh, the wings will take you," or something. I don't know. Something that they said earlier. And then he goes and gets thrown off the building by a zombie.
The Archangel Michael.
Yeah, a zombie. I never watched this movie, but I got Constantine vibes. Is there any Constantine vibes? I know it's a lot better movie than this.
For sure, in the imagery of
the
angels, I guess.
Could have used a little more Tilda Swinton. That'd have been nice.
Oh yeah, she's Lucifer or whatever. Anyway, yeah, sorry.
I think she was Gabriel.
So yeah, he dies, and they didn't really find out anything, at least that they know. I have quite no. Maybe I'll save it for final thoughts. Never mind.
So yeah, he dies, but they see his tattoo, just connecting more dots.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Everybody for some reason is getting this tattoo of the Valkyrie wings and just implicating themselves.
Yeah, that's
There's something like really cheap about that being a clue, right? Like, oh, they have this tattoo.
They're not hidden.
I've been seeing this tattoo.
It's
like Super Troopers or something.
How bad are these detectives? It's like,
okay,
these tattoos are not hidden.
Yeah,
they're pretty in plain sight.
I agree, Stevie, because like that's a really low moment for Donald Logue when he's like, "Oh, this tattoo was on your dead wife's killer." Like, that's the like assignment that they've all been like obsessing over, right? He's been Donald Logue's character has been defending that how seriously he's been taking that case.
Didn't take it 1 minute.
I don't,
dude.
But the bodies didn't start showing up till later, though.
He took that file, put it on his desk, and never looked at it again.
But
yeah, Max, I'll get to it.
This was 3 years. This was 3 years earlier, though. I mean, I'm just gonna play devil's advocate. This is 3 years earlier. The people didn't start. The junkies didn't start dying. I don't think till later, and they got the tattoos themselves, right? Or were they branded by? But they didn't start. They didn't put the dots. They didn't connect the dots until those bodies started showing up.
How many wing tattoos has he seen?
I didn't. It sounds like zero until.
Not enough.
Where was he going to see him? He saw him in that case, and now he's got all these junkies that are dropping dead all of a sudden. That's why I'm saying 3 years, he didn't have that clue.
Yeah. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I just think it's dumb that they're all getting matching tattoos just because they do this drug.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Really, really weird. Really weird.
They must be getting branded by this Lupino guy or something.
Imagine being like, yeah, you smoke crack, me too. You want to get a matching tattoo about it?
Let's get a brand on our forehead that says smokes crack.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous stuff for storytelling wise. It doesn't really make too much sense. So Max is like, I guess, starting to piece this together because he is the worst detective. He's not figuring it fully out yet. BB is still on his good side. He has nothing to suspect from him right now. We're going to get to Chris O'Donnell and his brief intro and exit to this movie. Corey, why don't you explain what Robin is doing in this movie?
Yeah,
The
Chris
Bachelor.
O'Donnell, live action Robin. Max Payne eventually catches up with him, and Chris O'Donnell kind of has the scoop on what's going on, why Max Payne's wife was killed, this pharmaceutical company, the whole fucking plot. This guy knows it, right? But before he can really spill all the details, he is killed. There's like a group of like what seem like SWAT agents that are there to take Max in because he's been connected to all these deaths and stuff. Things aren't exactly on the up and up with that, but Chris O'Donnell is abruptly taken out of this movie as soon as he enters it. Like Brett was saying, they got some names for no reason, seemingly. This could have been anyone. It does lead to a giant, insane shootout.
Finally,
which is
some guns.
Somehow boring.
So
He
boring.
does the Max Payne jump though.
Yeah, I was going to... Okay, so yeah, what was that? That's from the game? That's fine.
Yeah, when he's going out the door.
Where he
Here-
clearly dives headfirst into a steel
Yeah.
door. Yeah,
Yep.
that's all Mark
the
Wahlberg
jump.
though.
Yeah.
Here, I just a little insight I have. I find it super weird that the security guards are allowed to have. It just tell you the clientele of good people.
MP5s.
Like automatic weapons, you can only get those legally. Like it's a super small amount of people. Like it's just really weird for me that a non-police or government agency is allowed to walk around with friggin' M4s and just crazy crap like that. It just seems not very smart. But they obviously all have squeaky clean records because it's like really hard. You have to wait a long time and only a certain
Can I
percent.
ask you guys a question?
Always.
Everyone has to answer though. What's your guys' favorite
Okay.
Chris O'Donnell movie?
Ooh.
Oh,
I'd have to look
there's so
them up,
many
I
of
don't
the
know.
three.
He's
to
not a
choose
main
from.
character, but Fried Green Tomatoes is a pretty good movie. My God.
Let's see, Batman Forever or Batman and Robin? What is
I
it?
mean, he's in the Hua movie, right?
Son of a Woman?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good movie. I like that movie. I've seen that a couple times.
Oh, I love
Vertical Limit?
Sorry, Three Musketeers.
That's a future spoilers pick. It's my favorite Chris O'Donnell movie.
Three
Vertical
Musketeers,
Limit.
by the way, is my favorite Chris O'Donnell movie. I love that
NCIS
version.
Hawaii.
L.A. He might have crossed over to L.A. To Hawaii, but yeah, he's the L.A. guy.
As much as it hurts me to say this, I guess Batman Forever.
Yeah, me too.
You dislike his movies that much?
I remember
He's in an
That's a
episode
very
of Robot
punchable
Chicken.
Face.
You never seen Three Musketeers?
Not
I like
enough
that
to say
movie,
I've
too.
seen it. Like I remember watching it when
That's
I
a
was a
funny.
kid, but I
That's a
don't know.
I thought it was
funny.
kind of boring.
D'Artagnan.
Oh, really? I think it's a funny iteration of it.
The Mickey Mouse version's hilarious.
I remember Kiefer.
Kiefer, Oliver Platt.
He's in the movie
Big
Kinsey.
Venom Snake.
Big Indiana University movie. That
Not-
one, Kinsey.
No.
Not what?
Huh? Not what?
He's not someone to be that proud of, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Kinsey's cool.
In that movie? Oh, Kinsey?
Why? What's wrong with
Yeah,
Kinsey?
what's
No,
wrong
he
with
just,
Oh, you mean
he
Liam
just
Neeson?
like,
Is he a
Because
little,
he talked about sex?
no, I don't have a problem
little
with that.
Freudian?
His studies were marred by, he used like degenerate people and prison people for his statistics, just to show that people were more depraved. I'm just saying, I think he fudged his
Sounds like a lot of
results.
jealous people.
That seems pretty cool.
You can read about it.
Yeah.
But
My biggest
he did
thing,
give Kinsey and IU for sure.
I know I chose a boring answer, Batman and Robin, but I do remember my old babysitter when that movie was coming out. She said she thought he was hot.
So you tried to look like him after that?
It sticks with you. She was in like high school. That means a lot when you're
Stevie,
a young lad.
Did you say yours, Stevie?
What's that?
Did you say your favorite?
Oh yeah, Vertical Limit.
Oh,
by
yeah,
far.
yeah.
I've seen that movie probably 20 times.
That's an entertaining.
It's an
movie.
entertaining film.
More entertaining than Max Payne?
Hard to believe.
Damn, that would have been a good choice. That's a good choice, Stevie.
I've probably seen Three Musketeers 20 times.
Future spoilers pick. We're gonna do Vertical Limit.
Yeah, you should do that. So yeah, we get this shootout. It's very boring. He kind of escapes, and he ends up learning that this drug. He ends up finding like the video that explains everything on a VCR tape that explains that this drug was used on soldiers to help fight terrorism and all this stuff. It just makes them feel invincible and.
Okay, so they feel
really clears
invincible?
their mind on the battlefield.
Okay, I was confused.
Was that a VHS?
Was it? No, it was a DVD. It was a disc. They showed it.
Oh.
Because I don't think a VHS would have fit with all those files. But okay, Mikey, I was confused because I was like, I thought they were supposed to be invincible, but they just feel invincible. That doesn't sound.
I think
very
it's
smart.
like when the Nazis made amphetamine, and gave it to all the Nazis. I think it's supposed
When
to
the
be an
Nazis were
equivalent to
producing
that.
mass Adderall.
But it doesn't make
Yeah.
them. But it doesn't make them smarter. And if they're not, they're just going to get shot and killed easier. Well, whatever. That's why it didn't work, I guess. That's why.
They just didn't sleep. That was the issue.
Well, if you're going to meth, you're going to meth.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we found out, it only works on 1% of the population, and the other 99% see demons and eventually OD and die.
By the way, that is what they mean when they say they're 1%. That's what they're talking about in real life.
The 1%.
Yeah.
The people that can handle the
Made up drug.
bluebird
The blue
juice.
juice.
Yep. That's what it means.
Man, imagine rolling the dice on that drug.
Oh, God.
It's like playing the fucking lottery.
You're in Carcosa now.
I'm either going to get high or die.
We don't have to imagine. We literally saw Max Payne do it. He gambled and got the 1 out of 100 luck juice.
But he still sees the demons, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
Best of both worlds.
Or the
There's like a 0.01% that they don't talk about. You get both.
Who was mass producing the blue juice? Who was in charge of Lupina? I'm so confused. Who was killing the junkies and who had all those tons of
that's
canisters?
where
Who is that?
The Norse gods.
Like
that's where
Loki
the
came
lack
down?
of a real script really hurts this movie. Lupino doesn't really. I mean,
it doesn't pay
he
off.
wasn't-
That storyline doesn't pay off.
Yeah,
It's insane.
he wasn't there at Max's wife's murder, right? He wasn't there.
No.
That's the whole point,
So-
though. I guess the whole point is he thinks that that's the guy he needs to find, but the guy didn't recognize him. So that's why, because it was BB, as we all knew.
Yes,
Confusing.
but Max ends up on the hunt for Lupino. They end up getting into a fight. Josh.
Oh, the hunt for Lupino. This is a very important moment. You're going to toss to Josh. I'll let you go ahead. But this is the part we're here to discuss, right?
No, go for it, Corey.
I beg you to take it, Corey.
The hunt for Lupino. You got it.
The hunt for Lupino.
Lupino just downed one vial of blue juice, and now he's feeling good. How does this fight go down?
Well, I got to talk about right before it. I'll answer you though in a moment. But man, we got Mark Wahlberg in a warehouse with a shotgun, blasting fools, bam, taking people out. But there's one guy directly behind him on a rafter, on like a catwalk. How is he going to shoot this guy who's directly behind him?
He can't. No. There's no way.
If only he could slow down time.
Here we have an insane moment that I guess this one checks out in terms of I don't know what's going on. I assume it's a video game reference thing where Mark Wahlberg somehow leans back and he keeps leaning and keeps leaning.
Lean back.
And he shoots this shotgun backwards over his head. He does a backwards lean into a fall. It's like, Michael Jackson Smooth Criminal when he leans forward.
Ooh, that's good.
He does that back. And lifts off the ground. So he kind of levitates for a little while. Time slows down. The world becomes slow motion. And he shoots this guy leaning backwards. Now, this did remind me of a video game, but I've never played this game. The game it reminded me of was an old game that you guys might know, maybe not. Red Dead Revolver.
Oh, Revolver.
It's like a 20-year-old game.
I remember that.
That's an old one.
Like PlayStation 2 or something. But there was when you draw, when you you're a cowboy,
Yeah.
and you have a showdown with another cowboy, and you guys 3, 2, 1, draw.
Deadeye.
You have to pull your gun, and it's like a slow-mo bullet
Draw,
time
Pilgrim.
scenario. So I think that's what's happening here with the Max Payne game. Now, Stevie, let me know if any of that's correct.
That's a good comparison. I remember the cover for Red Dead Revolver had a screaming cowboy on it. I remember that cover vividly. Yeah, you're not far off though. I mean, the bullet time that we get in the Max Payne video game is pretty neat. It's a great function to use. Also, just little nitpicky stuff. Max Payne has some pretty awesome dual pistols in the game that he uses that are just so cool. And he uses not a whole lot of those in this.
Yeah, his guns are pretty cool though.
Is that his signature?
What's that? The dual pistols is that's the signature, yeah. That's the coolest shit.
The Billy the Kid kind of the Emilio Estevez with two
Yeah.
guns kind of thing?
Yeah. And that's even the way he shoots them, it's very almost like he's using them like swords, kind of much like a John Woo film. But do you guys want to know what the worst part about this film is?
Yes.
Jack Lupino is the strangest written villain I've ever seen in my life.
It's really weird.
Jack Lupino in the game is like Tuco Salamanca from Breaking Bad.
Unhinged.
Unhinged. Hilariously unhinged. Worships satanic Norse shit up and down, killing people left and right, torturing them. He believes that he is the son of Mother Satan. He is an insane character. And the fact
Sounds cool.
Oh, he's so cool. And the fact that he dies by a bullet.
Yeah, man.
Is so weird.
Pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
This dude is cranked up to 11, maybe 11 and a half. It takes 30 bullets to put this man down. The compelling action that we could have gotten from that point of view is just weird. That it takes the most obvious villain in the movie of all time a single bullet to the tummy. After we've already been told he's a 1%er.
To be fair, is right in the dead center chest, but yeah.
Okay.
I was disappointed. I kept waiting for him to get
He's
back
messed
up.
up. He should keep going.
He is cranked up to 11.
I agree. I cannot believe that happened.
I mean, we should have gotten bullet after bullet. That'd have been some great chasing, some great gunplay, but we got a bullet and more talking.
Yeah, that was surprising. I didn't like that at all because they built him up. Yeah,
and he doesn't even do the unhinged part. He's just quiet the entire time.
It was almost nice at the end.
He's almost nice.
I mean, he's very sweaty, but does that make him a bad person?
That sweat was nasty.
I don't think being sweaty is illegal.
No.
Yeah.
If it was, I'd be looking at 25 to life.
But yeah,
putting you away, son.
he's saved by BB Bo Bridges. I got to go back to the shotgun reverse jump kill because I don't know if you guys noticed, but that guy is over Mark Wahlberg shooting down, and he is just whiffing by 20 feet. We're seeing a side shot, and he's like hitting tables 20 feet in the foreground compared to Mark Wahlberg. It's just very confusing.
It's not impressive.
Yeah.
Kane from fucking John Wick 4 could have made that shot. He's blind.
He's looking through a scope and missing him by 40 feet.
Yeah.
He's only 40 feet away.
Really not a very well thought out action sequence there, but all around.
Also, the gun choice. Stevie, you talked about the dual pistols being a thing. Mm-hmm. The fact that Max Payne makes this backwards jump shot with a shotgun seems like crazier than ever. Now, I've never wielded a shotgun, but Brett, I imagine it's probably a very impossible feat to jump backwards and aim a shot and do this with a shotgun.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to jump backwards and pull a trigger like this next to my fucking face.
Yes and no, Corey, because yes, there's like a big kick and stuff, but with a shotgun, you don't have to be very good aim because that's probably got like a 8 or 9 pellet buckshot, and those things shoot. Now it's still pretty tight, but yeah, it'd be tough. I wouldn't want to do that. I'm with Mikey. I wouldn't want to go backwards and shoot behind me. I just feel like that could go really bad. But yeah, no, it would be hard, especially with. I mean, he had the high ground. Had they never seen Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah, I mean, it was a new movie at this time. What the fuck, man?
It was too
You would think
exciting.
script writers everywhere would be like erasing and rewriting shit. Fuck, this guy has the high ground. We got to do this over.
So you guys that's the gun thing you noticed. I noticed that Bo Bridges comes in from 30 feet away and puts a bullet right between his pecs, but he can't catch a limping Max Payne. He can't shoot him.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, now he can't shoot?
Also, why save Max Payne? Just let him kill Max Payne. He's got a machete right to his throat. Why did you shoot him?
Yeah, you know what? I was going to say he wanted him to commit suicide, but somebody murdered him. He was doing what it should have been done. Case closed. But it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, because
they got to take him out to like the docks, to kill him.
It doesn't make any sense.
And that one guy's kind of like almost pulling a Scott Evil. He's like, we should kill this guy right now.
Yeah.
I got a gun right now. We'll shoot him together.
We got a monologue, son. We got a monologue.
He's like, hold on. We're going to take a walk down to the docks in the snow, and I'm going to explain everything.
Corey, why don't you walk us through that scene? We're basically halfway there. Why don't you tell us how he gets in the water and all that?
Yeah, this is the part where it kind of takes us back to the beginning. They're going to kill Max Payne. The big villain is revealed. It's Bo Bridges, a.k.a. Jerry Gabrewski from Sidekicks. I'm sure you all remember that movie.
I do.
But Max Payne gets away.
Is that Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris, yes, directed by Chuck Norris's brother.
Yep.
Bo Bridges is Jonathan, his dad in the movie.
R.I.P. kid. So Max Payne gets away and he jumps in like a frozen lake. And this is where it's back to the beginning where, we have the narration. It's kind of intriguing at the beginning, actually. Like I can feel the dead calling me. They're, I don't know, they're reaching for me. And then here we are in that moment again. And I am no longer impressed by the moment in the beginning because of how much stupid shit there was in between the beginning and now. And, we're very much near the end of this movie.
Plus,
but Max Payne,
it's just like the tar.
Oh, go
it's
ahead.
just like the tar pits in Sin City.
I was going to say, it's very Sin City-ish.
Go ahead, Kylo. Sorry.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. It's like we've seen this, right? Especially with this kind of style. Max Payne escapes the frozen lake. He crawls out of the water, and he's going to die of hypothermia unless he drinks the whole vial of this unknown blue substance He drinks the Windex, he downs the whole drug, and he is a changed man from here on out. And I sent a screenshot to you guys earlier, but the transformation, he like hulks out. The color of his skin actually changes in this moment. The snow becomes embers of fire in this moment.
I thought that was cool looking, though.
This is a transformative moment within the movie, and he gives a big yell, and birds fly by in the background. It's a big superhero kind of thing going on.
He sounds like
and
a
the
T-Rex.
Subtitle. Well, the subtitle when he yells is roars.
Yep.
We'll play that sound effect, I'm sure.
I thought when the snow turned into fire for a couple seconds, that was really cool looking, personally. But
I felt like the style that I liked at that moment kind of became cheap. Felt a little cheapy to me. The transformation. A little try hard. Nothing against you if you liked it.
Well, it seemed again like it was trying to be Sin City so badly, where now his skin has color, just like when, I don't know, like a random woman has red lips in Sin City or something. It's like, why are you now adding color? Yeah.
Yellow bastard.
Adding color to this movie for some reason.
I didn't mean what he looked like. I thought the fire in the fire flakes looked cool.
Like ash?
Yeah, well, like burning ash. I mean,
Embers.
I guess. Embers, yeah.
Fire flakes, if you will.
Fire flakes, yeah. That's
my favorite cereal.
They're great.
They're fire.
Like Gen Z cereal. Fire flakes.
It's got mango habanero. It's just gross.
So Max has just huffed a bunch of spray paint, and now he is feeling really good to go start murdering.
Which fits perfectly with that Always Sunny reference in this movie, considering this movie has Uncle Jack in it.
Yeah.
Josh, what's his first order of business after drinking the blue juice? Where's he going to? What's he trying to do?
Well,
who's he trying to kill? Who's he after?
His first order of business isn't really killing someone. He's been smelling something in the air, so he needs to widen those nostrils to the next level.
Naturally.
Nostrils flared to 10 all the time right now.
I don't know. I feel like he's pretty one-track minded. Gotta kill BB. Bo Bridges. Is that correct?
Yeah, if anyone was confused.
B.
Is that who you're referring to, Mikey? Or is there someone else he's got to get first?
Yeah, this is the only thing that's left in the movie.
I was going to say.
He's just going to kill
There's
this guy.
only one suspect in the Scooby-Doo episode.
One of my favorite lines in this entire movie is like when he's having that like breaking of the soul point after shooting all the people, and Mila Kunis runs up to him who was like, "You have to finish this," and it's like, Mila, you've been in the movie for 5 minutes. I've said 7 words to Mark Wahlberg. What in the hell are you talking about?
Like they're old friends. Like they're
like you know his quest. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah.
She doesn't need to be in this movie. Not even the actress. This character.
Is she a character in the game, Stevie?
Yes. It's much cooler though.
Oh, okay.
I just thought of a few minutes ago another Sin City parallel that I can't believe I didn't think of, but like the sisters, one dies and the other one's like, I'm going to kill you, like the Wendy and Goldie.
Mm-hmm.
And then she ends up falling in love with them or helping them at least.
Yes.
Like that's a definite parallel there.
Yes, Brett.
So we finally are getting some action scenes. Brett, what do you think of these? I don't know, when he's walking through the building with a shotgun and when he's running through the parking lot with this automatic rifle or whatever. He looks insane in the parking lot when he's like, there's a close-up of his face while he's shooting the gun. Just kind of full tweaking in this building right now.
Well, I'm always a big fan of, and I think they look awesome on film. Like melee shotgun scenes are awesome. Like just walking through a hallway and like somebody turns a corner and you just blow them away. Or
they do really showcase the power of a shotgun blast sometimes in this movie. And I think that is a good thing. It's a small point. You know, when someone gets blasted, occasionally they like fly way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is not super. I mean, not with a 12 gauge shotgun are you going to get that.
Yeah, but you know, cinematically, it's I see what you're coming from. It's kind of cool.
4 gauge shotgun, maybe.
Yeah. So he's blasting a bunch of guys in like a hotel lobby. He's grinding his teeth, methed out, and he is like having a full on like panic attack in the middle of the room. And Josh, he's seeing all kinds of crazy shit. How's this hallucination? What is he seeing in this hallucination? And who ends up saving him?
I do think I know this one. Because ever since he's taken the Windex, like Kylo put it, he's been seeing those angels. But from his point of view, there's this like new golden flakiness to it. And at this point in the movie, it seems like those black presences are closing in and the gold is being diminished. But all of a sudden, everything kind of pops back into frame, Mikey, because the 5-minute Mila Kunis is back. She's ready to save him.
Out of nowhere.
She's got a kind of a cool gun. I do like the fact that her gun is like recognizable or something. She's got like this automatic hand pistol. Is that even a real thing? She's got a real
gun.
What is that?
Yeah, it's a Heckler Koch MP5 KA4. It shoots 9mm. So
damn. Okay.
But yeah, it's a nice little thing. It's like you can relate to it because you play it in video games or whatever. So,
But yeah, she has a couple shootouts. She ends up saving Mark and calming him down from his manic episode with the angel demons. And then it really just wraps up really quick here. Stevie, you know the ending of Max Payne and the ending of this movie. And how did you feel about the ending of this movie? Because it kind of just abruptly ends.
I found out that C4 bombs can kill demons in your brain. That's fun.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that. That is...
It's really their only weakness.
Yeah, I mean, if...
The Name of Christ or C4. You know, one or the other.
Or C4.
Yeah, Exorcist 2, they use C4. The first one was, you know, a priest.
He just... This movie just ends. You said there's an end credit scene?
Yeah.
What is
and
it?
I mean, you'd be surprised how little is said in the end credit scene and what it, like, it even implies. Like, it's a nothing. It's a nothing scene.
So Max walks into a bar, and of course the bartender's like, "Oh, it's good to see you." And then he gives him 2 beers, and he like nods over, and you see Max Wahlberg walk over, and you can't see who it is, but you know.
It's good to have you back.
And he sits down, and it's Mila Kunis. She hands him a newspaper, and on the front, it's like how what's the boss lady's name?
Of Acer, yeah.
Yeah, it's like how the stock is soared after everything that happened, and they like point at each other and they point at the picture, and they're like,
They don't even talk. They don't say anything.
They like nod, and it's to set up that they're going to go after her in the sequel. But they canceled that sequel, obviously.
Hey.
But the end of the actual movie, the twist for me is that like Luda has gotten the police force back on Max Payne's side. So he kills.
Don't know how.
Yeah, he kills BB without any like repercussions. It's like all the police are like, yeah, we're chill now. We get it.
Yeah.
Well, they were gonna go after him, and he goes, "Get back!" and like said, "Move, get out the way." No, nobody's a Luda fan. Jeez.
He said, "You don't know me like that."
Stand up.
And that ends Max Payne. Both
very, very reverent
in terms of the cinematic universe. Yeah,
it's like It's Always Sunny again. You know, crime penetration, and then the movie just kind of ends. And this one very much is that, right?
There's
it's
a
like
subplot to like him like being like okay and good standing with the law in the game. It's a little more payoff than what we get in this. Like
it made me uncomfortable how far out of the law he was going for like a hero.
Oh, nothing was by the book.
Yeah, no, it just like there's actually like a payoff in the game and the story that makes sense where, you know, Max kind of feels like, oh yeah, I'll be okay because this guy is actually pulling the strings over a lot of people. Like, so he kind of does like a smile and a wink, and that's how that ends. This one is like Max is just ready to die, right? I mean,
yeah, not yet.
Yeah,
and he might have superpowers.
His wife talks to him.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot going on with not a whole lot going on, if that makes sense.
So, if there was a sequel, are you thinking it's implied that like he's gonna keep taking this drug to do his crazy bullet time shit or something? I mean, I feel like that was like gonna be the payoff. This movie is now he's like he knows he's the 1% that can handle this shit, and now
that'd have been better, Mikey.
He's a one.
Oh, Mikey,
he's a 1%er.
In my head canon, now that he knows he can like take that drug and possibly see his wife in flashbacks, he is hooked.
Beachgoers beware.
He has no problem killing people either. This guy is dangerous. Luda should have put him down. But a dangerous man like this is probably pretty valuable to the Force. Let's be fair.
God damn it, he gets results.
He's a renegade cop with nothing to lose.
He had 45 kills in July.
In July.
It's a new record.
Josh, you know that, right?
Yeah.
In medicine.
Yeah, so we talked about the after credit scene. Nothing happens. No sequel. We'll go around, say final thoughts, and yes or no's. Any final thoughts from anybody? You want to take the reins on that real quick, and then we can say yes or no's, or...
The day to night transition at the end is just as abrupt as the end itself. It's like night, suddenly day, Mark Wahlberg's face, movie ends. And it's like, what? I mean, I knew it was about to end because I saw like the little bar running across, you know, watching it on my computer. But god damn, I cannot stress enough how abrupt this ending is. Might be one of the most abrupt I've ever seen in a movie.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking.
Besides for the close-ups on Mark Wahlberg's nostrils, the close-ups on his face.
Oh, dude, the close-up on Beau Bridges at the end when he's panicking.
Wild.
Yeah, you sent it. It's classic.
I like that too.
He's not gonna stop.
I also like early on when Mark Wahlberg first gets on the drug, he's walking through this hallway and it really clearly looks like he's holding some sort of like early version of a selfie stick. It's pretty funny.
Oh, dude. When he's holding the camera?
Yeah, you can tell he's holding the camera in a couple of shots in the hallway. It's like a really wide angle lens.
Yes, dude. It was very noticeably like a man holding a camera. Dumb shit.
I got three things. One, if you want to see something like so jarring from Beau Bridges, like I still think about that and just how jarring it is. Watch the movie A Night in Miami, I think it's called. It's a really good movie. It's really jarring. He says something that just catches you off guard. It's going to shock you. Secondly, the closure I wanted, but I'm like a sucker for like forgiveness, I guess. I don't know, but I was hoping that like he would kill BB, he would get injured, he'd wake up in the hospital. I'm not saying he needs to be a hero, but it's like, hey, this death's finally solved. And then I really wanted Nelly Furtado to like forgive him, but like the movie was so emotionally stunted anyway that I don't know if that would not even fit. So
yeah, Nellyville, like I forgive you. Honestly, there should have been something there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wanted that to come back, but lastly, kind of I don't know, Brett's gun corner or whatever, but his secondary weapon at the beginning is a Taurus Judge. It's like the most
Judge.
Taurus used to be a really crappy brand, but they got bought out and they're doing much better. Taurus, yeah, it's the Judge. It's like the most controversial. It's like a 50-50 gun. You either hate it or you love it. It's a gun that shoots 45, but it also shoots like 410 shotgun shells. They're small, but in fact, that's why when he's shooting, like they're like the doors blowing open. But half the people would just be like, "Dude, they're not that powerful." But just want to let you know, it's a really crazy gun. Shoots little shotgun shells, so it's good for close contact.
Sounds like a good movie gun.
If only he had used it more.
And it's been, well, she made him lose his guns, but yeah, like it gets propped up in movies, and I think that's why some people don't like it. But I would love to have one.
All right, let's go yes, no, east to west. Brett.
Oh man, don't start with me. You're gonna get yeah. So this is not a very good movie. I think that's probably even an understatement. I could probably hear Stevie through the mic, just how mad he is right now. He's just boiling with rage. It's not a good movie for all the reasons we stated. There was some things I liked about it, and I actually like Mark Wahlberg. I think he's, I don't know, charming, likable at least now. So I'll probably be the only one. I'm going to give it a super, super soft yes. It's a bad movie, though. You probably shouldn't watch it. But I found enough enjoyment in it, and that's me. I'm the guy that likes bad movies. So sorry, Stevie. I really am. I wanted to hate it.
I didn't make it. My career didn't tank because of it. I'm good.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
This man does taxes now. He's no longer in Hollywood. Josh?
No, it's not.
Bruh?
I mean, if we're going according to the order at the beginning, I went.
Josh, I think it's you.
Okay. Well, you know what? I thought this movie was so bad that I was entertained. I had a good time watching this. I didn't even have much time to watch it today. Didn't even confirm we're potting tonight till noon.
Did the date change, Josh? Did the date change?
Did it change?
Did the date change?
Controversy, guys, behind the curtain, the fight last week about the date. Woo.
Was there a fight?
No, not.
It got tamped down pretty quick, but this one is pretty goofy. If you don't think that Mark Wahlberg slopping around through this movie is so bad it's good, sorry. Maybe you're just too married to the video game. I've had that. I've had that at times. Watchmen, when they varied away from anything they did in the graphic novel, which I was so pissed in the movie. And maybe this is the same thing, Stevie. You weren't able to let go and enjoy the ridiculousness of this movie. I had fun.
Are you gonna say yes? 2 yeses?
Yes, he's gonna say yes.
I'll give it a soft no.
Oh,
okay.
A soft.
Josh.
Because it almost
a comrade.
Yeah, sorry, Brett. It just doesn't have enough substance, but
it doesn't.
I had to.
It's pretty bad.
I had to put the flames to Stevie's feet for a second there. Josh from Goshen, soft no.
If you had given that a yes, I might have quit this podcast.
But he doesn't respect my opinion, so it's okay.
No, it's okay. I'm glad there's a yes in the mix.
Brett, you give every movie a yes.
It's good for it. That's fine.
No, I've been grumpier lately. I've been giving a lot more no's, but if it's entertaining enough, I'm always going to give it a yes. Just how I am.
Stevie?
I'll go. There's not a whole lot to say that hasn't been said.
Yeah.
The fact this movie is called Max Payne is kind of insane. It's just Mark Wahlberg being grumpy in snow. Not a whole lot happens for the first hour. I would not recommend this movie to anybody I know. It's definitely not in the category of it's so bad it's good. Those movies are actually entertaining because they just throw you so off guard. This is just boring. This is the hardest of no's. It's an indictment on filmmaking. It's an indictment on screenwriting.
Damn.
If I would have had you have rented this, I probably wouldn't have podcasted tonight. So it's free on Tubi, so that's the good plus, right? But yeah, this is just a hard no.
Let's go Tubi.
Let's go Tubi.
Hey, and that's why I chose it. Tubi original, not original, but it's on
not
Tubi.
Original.
Tubi original.
Tubi save the pod. Steve, just quit.
No, I also get mad when I have to rent a movie when it's like the only way to get it is on Amazon. It's like, God damn it, I would almost not want to be on this pod if I got to pay $4 for it.
Yeah, if I had to have paid, wouldn't have been on it.
Yeah. Is that it, Stevie? Or are you good?
Yeah, that's it. I'm good.
All right. Corey?
You don't want to go?
He's the host. He can go last.
Yeah, I'll go. It's one of the worst video game adaptations. I mean, it's not like there's a lot of good ones.
That's saying something.
Yeah, there's not a lot of good ones. And, man, if anybody's watching Halo, this might be better than Halo. Halo only the.
Oh, I thought you liked Halo.
I like the season finale of the second season is really good and like actually feels like Halo. Everything else I've seen from this show, terrible, and it's got to be the worst video game adaptation, and that's really disappointing for that show. But this right up there with disappointment and how this is portrayed in the movie. Just really bizarre decision making. I don't like what it does with the story. I think the story stands on its own from the game. And it's just a classic noir, like dead wife, renegade cop type story, and they still manage to mess it up. So I always get angry when simple stuff like that is just so easily, it can be so easily injected into a different medium, and they just don't do that and make a mockery of like the original material. So this has always been a terrible take on a video game movie, and I've always hated it for that. Just because it kind of like nobody wants to like touch these IPs because there's never been a good one done. So it's always disappointing. Yeah, it's overall, it's just a really boring movie nonetheless. Regardless of the source material, it's just raw. It's such a trudge to get through, which is really saying something about a character who dual wields pistols and jumps in slow-mo to kill bad guys. It's just, I can't believe how boring this movie is compared to the original source material. So it's a hard no. I don't think I've ever seen that alternate ending scene or that Easter egg scene at the end. So I had no idea that like a sequel was ever on the table or even thought about. But man, I just cannot believe that this movie is the way that it is with the source material that it has. So it's a super hard no. Corey?
Yeah, this is Corey. Yeah, that's some Super Mario Brothers 1993 level sequel baiting, which is never going to happen. Another video game movie, by the way. Josh, if you win trivia, please pick Watchmen. For the love of God.
The series?
Why would you do it to me?
We got to talk about Watchmen. So many thoughts among this group of people. I know it. What can I say about Maximum Anguish? This film was what scholars might call a piece of shit. This movie sucks. It's really interesting watching a movie where it always feels like something is about to happen, but something never does. This is, like I said earlier, it's definitely a style over substance. It, as Mikey said, I'm sure it did not help the video game movie genre, a genre of movies that is cursed perhaps, but I've never personally seen a video game movie that I've liked ever. I've watched a bunch of them. Last of Us is a series, so that's different. Doesn't count as a movie, obviously, so I'm not qualifying that or any other series. Really bad stuff here, man. This is like a borderline a rehab movie. And a rehab movie is just like your most generic bullshit movie, usually starring Mark Wahlberg, that's playing in the day room at a rehab. There's really nothing about this movie that's like engaging enough to say like, yeah, one of my favorite movies from the 2000s or ever is Max Payne. Like, it doesn't have anything going on for it that's going to ever make it someone's favorite anything. Unless they're saying like my favorite bad Mark Wahlberg movie from the 2000s. So they're like cutting out a bunch of fat just by setting those parameters. But it's an empty shell, this movie. Not a lot going on here. So definite hard no.
I like the new Mario, and I'm one of the people that I like the new Mortal Kombat. So other than that, they're all really, really bad. It's crazy how bad.
Can I give this movie one positive?
Yeah.
So Jamie Hector is in this movie. He plays kind of like the drug kingpin that looks like there's a bunch of voodoo shit in there that Mila Kunis goes to see.
He's like, stay away from Max Payne.
Stay away from Max
Bad
Payne.
news.
Like, yeah, when judgment comes or whatever, like, stay away from him. He plays the single scariest villain in television history on The Wire. He is brilliant in it to the point where it's like I watch The Wire for him because he's so scary. He plays a character named Marlowe. If anybody hasn't started watching The Wire,
I haven't. I'm going to, though.
When he comes up, it is terrifying. I would tell anyone I know, high and low, go watch The Wire just for him.
It's Obama's favorite show, so it was my late friend Gray's favorite show as well.
It's my favorite procedural show of all time.
So now we're gonna do trivia, closest to, and I don't know the order. I don't know if anybody has that off the top of their head.
So you're on the schneid probably, right, Corey?
Yeah, I guess so. So me, Brett, Josh, Stevie. Least recent to most recent.
Cool.
All right. According to Wikipedia, how many copies of Max Payne have been sold?
Ooh. The movie?
The game.
Oh, shit.
It was on PS2, PC.
Just the first?
Xbox. Just the first game.
Okay, so
who's going first?
Stevie goes first. Stevie goes first.
Corey, right?
Okay, so copies for everything.
Well, he's got to have the advantage.
Yeah.
So
Corey, do you want to go first or last?
Last.
Okay.
You ain't first, you're last.
So my case is all across all platforms.
Yep.
Just the first game.
See, that's a weird thing because this movie was rated PG-13, but the game was hyper violent.
Yeah, I thought that suffered because it wasn't R-rated.
Like I saw some like stuff they would do like in a Hong Kong action movie, but very few in between just to make it PG-13. I will say 6 million across all platforms.
Dude, that's exactly what I was going to say. Nice.
I'll say 6 million.
Josh.
10 million.
I'll go 8 million.
Josh, did you whisper 10 million?
Yeah.
I wasn't whispering, but I did say 10 million.
You whispered it. The record will show.
Let the record show
will
that
show
Josh
you whispered.
whispered it.
I'll go on the high end. I'll say 1 plus Josh. 10 million and one.
Cool.
There was one other guy that bought one. Josh didn't account for him.
The actual retail price of total copies of Max Payne sold, according to Wikipedia, is 4 million units. Your winner, Steve.
Stevie, nice.
With 6 million.
4 million credits.
Stevie, you want to take a break, or do you know what you want to play or choose next week?
I'll take a break. Let me give some thought to it.
All right, we'll cut to our fake ad break right here. All right, and we're back. Stevie, what do you got?
I really need to get the taste of this movie out of my mouth. I kind of gave it some thought, and I think it'd be cool to do a hard pivot to what this movie should have been. It's what made John Woo a legend. It's what made Chow Yun-fat a star. We're going to do Hard Boiled.
Oh.
It is
All right.
one of the best action movies. I mean, we have John Wick because of Hard Boiled, so really excited to spoil that movie. I think you guys will like it.
Love it.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, that was Max Payne spoilers. Sorry to anybody who also wanted to watch this along with us. You had to trudge through that. But that was spoilers.
Spoiler Man here. Special thank you to our patrons. Matt Troll.
I don't believe in heaven.
Brother Brian.
I believe in pain.
Nephew Quinn.
I believe in fear.
Nurse Stacy.
I believe in death.
Nick. The Wall. The Meg.
There's an army of bodies under this river.
Gale.
Criminals.
PK.
People who ran out of time. Out of friends.
Spencer.
Next time they drag this river, they'll find me on the bottom with the rest of them.
Barky 420.
There won't be anyone left to say I was different.
Swole.
I could feel the dead down there.
Sebastian.
Just below my feet.
Dr. Lars.
Reaching up to welcome me as one of their own.
Stone Cold Austin.
It was an easy mistake to make.
Best friend Drew.
We're done here.
Druid King.
Come on. Max!
There's one part in this movie where they do a flashback to something that happened 20 seconds ago. It's the torture scene. So weird. Forgot to mention that.
The torture scene?
Yeah, they torture and then like chop off that guy's head. And then literally 30 seconds later, they flash back to the same scenes they just showed. They don't even show anything else. It's very weird.
Just like the video game.
Just buying Stevie some time. Just Max Payne.
I know.
I feel like there's noir, and then there's turning the lights off in your house. And I feel like when he was in his house, he was just like trying to cheaply get the noir feel with the just having the lights dim. I don't know.
If the lights are off and you're drinking, it's noir.
Yeah, it's got to be dead bodies somewhere, though.
Ready?
Watchmen, Stevie.
Watchmen?
Watchmen.
No.
Zack Snyder's
Or
Watchmen.
did you say Matchmen?
Matchstick Men?
Be sure to check out Corey's podcast, Big Dumb Movie. Please check us out on patreon.com/spoilerspodcast. That was Spoilers.